It's so nice, milchig, fleshig. And in the middle of the night, I say I wasn't hungry, but I had two fresh blintzes. I felt love, and I mamish felt our friend. In the middle of the night, I ate two blintzes, and I felt like the love of this yid. In the middle of the night, mamish felt alone in that room. I felt like proud to be a yid. I felt taken care of by another yid. Somebody daily stacks this fridge. There was stuff. Could have gone milchig or fleshig, Chaim Zev, and you could have snacks, this, drinks, you name it, they had it. We're such a beautiful people. And they do it right. They could get by. They could do it, but yes, it's geschmack stuff. I almost say, Chaver, like we should drive to New York and we could get a free meal if we want. They wouldn't even mind. So nice. It's so touching. It's heartwarming. I was eating my blintzes feeling very taken care of, very cared for. Just a neat, cool thing. Yeah. It's funny, he speaks about it yearly, the worm. So when he comes, give $1 or two. It's like but it's amazing. It's amazing. They don't, for any yid, they don't check what type of yid you are to get it. My mother met the yid who stocks it up. I didn't meet the yid who stocks up. I got warmth from this yid. Isn't that cool? Good people. We're just a wonderful people. I've seen places, Hasidim know how to do things, Chaim Zev. I've seen places like you stock it up, okay, you have some borscht, the matzah and borscht. I've seen that. They're not playing that game, let me tell you. My Yaakov was there for Shabbos. I said, did you eat okay? He said, eat okay? He said, I had better. The yeshiva food's very good. He said he was wined and that. They take care of you, I'm telling you. The next time he comes, I want to give him a little more Iras. The Satmar become. Shom, you remember him? Anybody, Josh, you remember the guy?
I'm not sure it's the same guy.
I remember. Yeah, he's come for years. Same guy. He's come years. You've ever met this yid? It's Kedai. When he comes, I should call you to come there. He's a beautiful yid. But he had some nice. Satmar Rebbe was very upset at the Bachram for not helping more and beating Chesed. Amazing. People think they know certain shitas in the Rebbe. The Iker thing, the Satmar Rebbe was about Chesed. He wanted them to take care of Chaim. Satmar is tremendous with this. Seems like in every hospital in New York, we were not in a very populated hospital. I can't imagine what they have in the ones closer to New York. And do they take care of the Chevra? Yeah, amazing. There are a few in Yanim I want to speak about in the parsha. Avram Avinu fights this war. He battles a war. He fights the powerful four king, and Avram Avinu wins the war. Avram Avinu is endowed by Hashem with tremendous koiches, and he wins the war against the four strong kings. After he wins the war, he has a conversation with Melech Sodom. Now, Sodom had been completely conquered. Sodom was run over, and they've been conquered by the four powerful kings. Avram Avinu fought this war. Why did Avram Avinu fight it? Because he wanted to save Lot. Remarkably, he fought an entire war to save his nephew. Vayishma Avram ki nishba achiv. He hears that Lot was captured, and he makes a war. Vayarik es chanichav. He arms his Talmidim. He had a few hundred Talmidim in his yeshiva. He comes in one day and hands out guns. Vayarik es chanichav. He arms them. Yelidei Beisai, these 318, and they attack these powerful four kings because he wants to free. The entire Sodom was captured. He wants to free his nephew. After Avram Avinu wins the war, Melech Sodom comes to Avram and he says, Tein li hanevesh, can I ask you a favor? Can I have my people back? He comes, Avram Avinu captures the country, belongs to Avram. Avram Avinu now is the king of another country. And Melech Sodom asks Avram, Tein li hanefesh, can I ask you a favor? Could you give me my people back? V'arshchosh kach lach, but you keep the money. The money I don't have the audacity to ask you for. Keep all the spoils, all the wealth that you captured. But do you mind? I still want to be king. Can I have my people back? Now it's interesting. The Gemara in the Darim said Avram Avinu was punished. Avram Avinu is Mekarev and brings people close to Hashem. The Gemara in the Dharm says Avram Avinu shouldn't have given in to this request, Avla. And Melech Sodom said, Ten li anefesh, Avram Avinu should have said no. Now, I don't know his cheshbon. The Torah Akdosha doesn't tell us Avram Avinu's cheshbon, but the Gemara in the Dharm says he was punished. He should have brought them all tachas kanfei Ashchina. He should have been the king of Sodom. He conquered them. He should have said, no, Sari Melech Sodom, they're my people now. And the Gemara says one of the reasons we went Golus Mitzrayim is their punishment, that he responded and gave to Melech Sodom. Nonetheless, the Melech Sodom says, please give me my people back and you keep the wealth. V'yayim Avram Melech Sodom. Avram Avinu says to Melech Sodom, Harimaisi Yadi El Hashem, I swear to God, Kel Elyon, the God on high, Kainei Shemayim V'aretz, the acquirer of heavens and earth, Imichut Vad Tzorech, I'm not taking anything from you. From not a string to a shoelace I won't take from you. I swear I'm not taking a penny from you. Avram Avinu swears not to touch the booty. Inexplicably, Avram Avinu is promised by Hashem to be rich. Avram Avinu is promised, and Avram Avinu wants money for all the right reasons, to build his idealism. And here he wins a war and gets rich. And Avram Avinu says, I'm not taking a penny. Vim ekach mikol hashalach, I won't even take a penny from you, Rashi says, means at least take a tip. At least take a tip. My son lost his wallet in Eretz Yisrael. And a beautiful yid in Eretz Yisrael Dicker, brought it to Torah's Chaim to return my son's wallet, the Sukkot, which is a pella. The guy took a bus and he did hard work to figure out who's, well, it didn't say his address. My son's learning here, not in Eretz Yisrael, but he was staying in Torah's Chaim. The guy remarkably made some calls and tracked down 18-year-old beautiful, a yid. And he worked hard and he returned my son wanted to pay him. He said, I don't want payment. I want to return a yid's wealth. He didn't want payment. Refused payment. I wanted to. Beautiful. There's no country, it's just a fact. There's no country in the world that you get. In America, maybe somebody returns something, maybe they'll give it to lost and found. To track down and take a bus to return the zachas. I don't think another place in the world this would happen. This is just what happened. We're a good people. We're a beautiful people. Yidden, Am Yisrael. The guy, my son wanted to give him money. He didn't want money. He said, I want to return your Aveda. I don't want money from you. So Melech Sodom says to Avram Avinu, granted you don't want to take the spoils, but at least let me pay you something. Let me give you a tip as a few $1 million. You don't take the whole economy. Avram Avinu says, I swear I won't take a shoelace of the things, of the booty. And I'm not even going to take money. Avram, I have a chiddush. He says, I don't want you to say I made Avram Avinu wealthy. Now I have a chiddush, chevra. Pshat and psukim. Pshat and psukim. I need the chevra to see. We're giving out chumashim. I want you to see it inside. If the chevra doesn't mind, let's give it out. I have a chiddush and pshat. We can give it out. Everybody see this inside. I have a chiddush and pshat. Ellie, if you can give it out, I'll keep one. Thank you, Shleiman.
Yeah, I thought we just said that the reason why Abraham wanted the money was to build his value. He's going to say, I don't want to say that, I mean, Abraham's rich. Abraham's not going to be rich. He's going to be supporting the Jew. He's not going to be a wealthy man.
Good time. But I don't even want you to say whatever money I did have, I want it clear it came from God, not you. I don't want anybody to have room to say, I gave it to him. Now look at the psukim. Shlomo, I want to show you Pshat, page 38. 38, the top of the page. Avram Avinu says he swears in the pasuk before, top of page 38. Page 38, the top. He swears in the pasuk before Avi. He says, "Vayomer Avram Melech Sodom, Harimaisi Yad L'Shem." I raise my hand to God, which Rashi means I swear. Page 38, the top. Top of the page. So Avram Avinu in the pasuk before he swears what? Imichot vad tzroich nal. I won't take a string to a shoelace. Now, if you're bothered by Stamakasha, if you say I won't take anything, you can say I won't take an airplane down to a shoelace. That's a normal way of talking, not big or small. Avraham Avinu says I won't take a string to a shoelace. It's a weird expression. That's Stam, the Rishonim asked that kasha. In Michot Vad Sreichnal is a very strange lashon. Pashup Pshat, you say, not from big to small. I won't take an airplane from you. He captured all the money of the economy belongs to Avram. So he says, not, he should say from big to small. Very interesting, Elia. He says, Michot Vad Sreichnal. Not from a chut is not a string to a shoelace will I take. String to a shoelace, both tiny things. A weird expression. But Avraham Avinu swears I'm not taking a thing. Then he says, Vim ekach mikol asher lach. And if I take anything from you, he just said I'm taking nothing. So Rashi explains, he's saying to Mel Sadaim, Michut vad tzrechnal, from the spoils of war, I won't take anything. Lest you say you'll pay me, you'll give me a tip. Okay, you don't want to take the spoils of war, but let me give you a couple of $1 million. Vim ekach mikol asher lach, I swear I won't take any money from you. Why? I don't want you saying Ani Asharti es Avram. I want to become rich from Hashem, and it's clear from Hashem. I don't want there to be any like mixture. Somebody could say it came from me. I don't want that. Now, I have a chiddush, Elia, and I want to claim. How can Mel Sadaim say, if he gets rich from the booty? How can Mel Sadaim say I gave it to you? It's like the dumbest thing in the world. The whole country of Sadaim is captured. The entire economy. Avram Avinu fights and wins an epic war, a Nes Min Hashemayim. What happens when he wins? All the spoils become his. So how can Melech Sadaim say, I made Avram Avinu wealthy? You were sitting in jail, captured. So I want to claim, Chaim Zev, that Avram is only on taking a tip from him. So then the psukim don't say why he didn't want to take the spoils of war. If from a shoelace, from a string to a shoelace, I won't take. He doesn't say why he won't take that. If you want to give me a tip, I won't take it. I don't want you to say you made me rich. If I take a tip, that you decided to tip me. But it comes out, the pasuk does not say why you didn't want to take the spoils of war.
Why does he care if he says that he made him rich?
Shlomi is gewaldig. Shlomi is asking, what does Avram Avinu care? Sometimes says, I made him rich. Who cares? Hashem promises you geld, and you got geld. Who cares? So Melech Sadaim says, I gave it to my Asbaz, Asma. What do you say? What do you think to that? Beautiful kasha. What does he care if Melech Sadaim says, I made him rich? So. Could be he wants the Kiddush Shamayim. Avram Avinu's close to the Rebbeinu Shalom. He wants everybody to see Hashem loves me. That Hashem takes care of those that are close to him. Maybe. So I don't want it to be somebody else can take the claim, to take the credit. Now, according to me, Shlomo, that's only on the geld that Melech Sadaim would give Avram if Avram wouldn't take the booty. But I didn't want to take the booty. On the booty, could you say? Now, some people learn. It's my own pshat, Avi. Some people learn michut vad tzreichnal and the tips on all of that. I don't want to take. I don't want you to say you made Avram wealthy. When I was younger, I said, Pshat, how would Melech Sadaim ever say he made Avram wealthy? He's sitting in jail and Avram wins a war. You didn't give me diddly squat. So when I was younger, I said, Pshat, and it's not what I want to share with the Chaver this year, is I said, Pshat, that Melech Sadaim says, give me the people and keep the wealth. I don't need you to offer me the wealth, it's mine. Melech Sadaim says a funny lashon. He says, Tein li anefesh. Savram Vin, I'll do you a favor. You can keep the rechush kach lach. That's the rechush. I don't need your reshus to take the rechush. I capture the city. You were finished. Allah, I capture the city. It belongs to me. That's how wars in the whole history of the world. That's how wars worked. In halacha, that's certainly the way it is. The city was captured. It's no longer belongs to Melech Sodom. Avram Avinu captures it back. It belongs to him. So it could be. I wanted to tell you that since Melech Sodom says Rechush Kach Lach, such a guy is going to say, "I made Avram Avinu wealthy," because he says, "You can take the Rechush." Bivait, you need his Rishus. So I'm not taking it. Lemaisa, to me it seems that the Pashup Shat, perhaps, that when he said Shaloi Taimer Ani Asharti Es Avram is only on the tip, the millions of dollars of tip. But on the Chut Vad Tzreich, now Avram Avinu just swears. So according to what I'm learning, guys, if Avram Avinu swears not to take the booty of war, doesn't say why. Elamai, you'll pay me. On that he says, I don't want you to say you made Avram wealthy. What? Because you're so nice to me. You're so nice. You return my people. You return my money. So I want to at least give you a tip, chach. On that, you could say you made me wealthy. You didn't have to give me. You decided to give me money, so you're going to say you made me rich. On that. But on the spoils of war, why didn't Avram Avinu take? There's no room for Melech Sodom to say anything.
He doesn't want the money to come to be like said that it's from Sodom.
On the money, if he doesn't want Melech Sodom to be able to say, I made Avram Avinu wealthy. But on the spoils of war, Melech Sodom can't say he made him wealthy. Yeah.
That sounds like he doesn't care about it coming from Hashem. He just doesn't want him saying it.
According to what we're saying, I don't want you to say it. I want it to be clear. It came from Hashem. I don't want that to be, I'm the one who gets. It came from the Rabbi Shalom. It's not from the Rabbi Shalom. Like, time, I don't want this Aniyah Shati. I'm the one who, I want it to be clear. I don't want Melech Sodom to be a voice that I made Avram wealthy. We're saying pshat that he wants it nicker l'kol. It's from the Rabbeinu Shalom. The Rabbeinu Shalom paid me up. I want it to be clear to all. I don't want a voice. What would you say why you didn't take the booty? I have a pshat that I'm afraid to say, Yehuda. I have to say, Chaim Zev, I'm afraid to say it. Why? Because you can't put, I said, remember I started yesterday, you can't put your cheshbonis on Avram Avinu is bigger than you. See, I'm going to tell you a cheshbon that I could hear me and you making. Don't put it on Avram Avinu. So I don't know the answer. I don't know why he didn't take the booty. Why not? Why? To me, it's like it's a pella. Hashem promised Avram to be wealthy. It's like a crazy story. Hashem promised Avram, "Va'avarcha b'mammon Rashi, I'm going to make you rich." Think about the story. So Avram Avinu then hears his nephew's captured. L'shem Shemaim, he fights the war to get his nephew. In fighting the war to get his nephew, becomes a gazillionaire. So Gishmak, now it's like perfect. You became wealthy. Hashem promised it. It's like such a nace. You say, Hashem, you're amazing. I was just fighting the war to get my nephew. Now I became rich. No, I swear I won't take Nechorad Tzrech. I swear I'm not taking a penny. I wonder, but I don't know I'm right. Shmuley, I mamish don't know I'm right. I'm stuck. Now somebody could say he doesn't want Melech. Pasuk says the reason, Kalish. Why are you looking for a reason? It says Shaloi Toim Ani Asharti Es Avram. Because I'm claiming that's not on the booty. That makes no sense. Ani Asharti Es Avram on the booty. You made Avram wealthy. You were sitting in prison. The Shaloi Toim Ani Asharti Es Avram is Shema. You'll say I'll give you a tip. On the tip, I won't take that. I'm not asking. Avram Avinu didn't want to take the tip. Shaloi Toim Ani Asharti Es Avram. The booty, I don't see reason he doesn't want to take. Chaim Zev, reasonable question. Yeah, that since he said Rechush Kachlach, maybe he make that claim. It's a chiddush. Pashtus, the Rechush is no shaykhs. The cash is a good cash. Chaim Zev.
Why is he bavarian that he's going to offer him to pay him?
Because probably what's going to happen. Probably what's going to happen. Josh is saying, who said he's going to make that offer? That's what people do. Remember, he just gave the guy back his people and all the wealth of the country. So he says, I know you're going to offer me money. So I don't want that either. I don't want you saying you made Avram wealthy. But why doesn't he take the booty? That Melech Sodom can't say anything. Chaim Zev, fair question. What do you say to this?
I just want to add that even he said by the booty, he said now. There it would have made sense to say Aniyah Sharti. So why don't you take a shoelace?
That's tremendous. That's He said, I won't even take a shoelace. Avram Chaim Zev says in Pshat, he couldn't have been talking about the booty. He said, I'm not even taking a shoelace from that. So you shouldn't say, I made Avram wealthy. You take a shoelace. Says, no, you didn't make Avram wealthy. That clearly is going on the tip. Thank you, Chaim Zev, I love you. That's clearly just means on the tip. So why isn't he taking from the booty? I won't take a drip.
It's like the payment, clean, meaning if you're paying him, meaning Hashem promised him. So Hashem promised him, good, then he wants to.
I like that. I like that.
The
I love it. I love it. I love it. You're saying because they got it in a bad way? I don't like.
The payments were in a good way, but everything else I think that they held was very selfish.
It's funny. Sistami doesn't like the moment of Sedaim.
And if Hashem promised him,
Sedaim doesn't do chesed, it's schlechte geld. He doesn't like. I thought because it came through war, that is not how I want to be rich. I thought because it came through war. It's funny. Maybe. Shlomo says, beautiful pshat. The Torah doesn't say why, according to the way I'm learning Shmuel. Shlomo says, I want clean money. I don't want money that comes from, like azav eggs. Somebody loses out from such money. I wouldn't want such money. I don't want money where somebody else got hurt badly. Even though it's mine, even though it's his l'chatchila. I don't want money like Avraham Avinu doesn't want money where people were caught and trapped.
Where you're going to get wealthy?
Avraham Avinu says, yeah. Avraham Avinu says, not the way I want it. You said you're going to make me rich. There's not the way I want it. It's a pellet. It's a pellet. Yaisa's bringing out a pellet. I agree. Yaisa said, God made you rich. Since when do you get to sight? Amazing that Avraham Avinu says, no, this is not the way I want to be rich. Amazing. Amazing. I wanted to claim, Shmuel, I don't know, and I'm afraid to say what I'm saying, and I want to call this out, that you could say you're making Avram too like us. What I'm about to say, the only thing I don't like you're never allowed to say Chataim of the greats. Here Hashem said he refused to take. I'm supposed to study, why not? I love Shlomo's pshat that this is not clean money. You could say not clean because Daim doesn't use their money, right? So I'm not touching. Your stuff's not clean to me. They don't do chesed. It's not good guilt. I want good guilt. Big people cared where money came from, what type of money. I said it's not geschmack. I want it in a war, and I want it in the more geschmack oifim. I don't know. I want to say a thought I have, but again, I say this with worry because who said you could say Avraham Avinu make such thoughts? Did you ever do somebody? I'll give a mashal. You're misupik to go to a chasna or not. You're misupik. It's night seder, chasna, night seder, chasna. Big suffik. That's a reasonable suffik. But you're worried. It's very tempting to go to the chasna. You know that place a very good cater. You'll get a geschmack piece of meat. There's a shtickle negis. So could you ever see saying, I'm going to the chasna, but I'm not touching the main dish? Now, I'm not saying to do this, but a person could have such a cheshbon because he doesn't want to be pulled by another bias. I'm going to the chasna for the chasna. I'm not going for a different zach. I'm not saying a person. Maybe there's a place to help a person do something. Say, I'll get something geschmack. There's ways to.
You doubt the reason why you're really going, then you would do that. Otherwise, you would just go.
This way to make sure it's rain. I'm doing it for this. Now I want to say, is it possible Avram Avinu's about to fight a war, Shlomo? Avram's about to fight a war, Chaim Zev. Is it possible, I'm not taking a dollar from this war, there shouldn't be. Now, by the way, his want for money is L'Shem Shemayim, but that's not why he's fighting the war. He's fighting Vayish Maki Nishpachav, I'm fighting for my brother. So he swore, I saw in the Lashon of Arishan that the shvur wasn't now, he originally sworn. I saw such a Lashon, Avram El Sadaim, Hashem is I already swore, not I'm swearing now. See, according to the Sprat, why would he swear now? But he had made a decision. I'm not taking this. Not why I'm fighting. So he decided, like kavana. Like I get very nervous, Avi. People do things for like multiple reasons. Well, first of all, it's a little picture of Avram Avinu originally. First of all, I can make some money. I can make some geld. Avram's l'shem shemayim. Do it because it's right. Avram Avinu fought the war to get his nephew Yehuda. Is it possible that he swore not to take anything? I didn't fight the war for that. I fought Kinish B'achiv. Now, even though I want to speak this out, Yud, I'm not making Avram Avinu money is not enticing. He wants that l'shem shemayim. But Avram Avinu says, this is why I'm fighting. Maybe it's even a kiddush shemayim. I'm fighting for my nephew. I swear I'm not taking anything else. I want it to be clear. I fought for my nephew. That's again. I say this with a lot of trepidation because you can't make Avram us. Avram's capable of getting the money l'shem shemayim. But he fought for this. He fought Kiddush. Whether the pshat is for the Kiddush Shamayim that people should see, he fought Kiddush Bachim. That it's a Kiddush Shamayim. I don't want to take it. I don't want it to be the other Cheshbainis. Or the pshat for a person's own negis. It's not why I'm fighting. So he swore, I'm not taking. That's what I wonder, Chevra. I'm afraid to say it. I'm putting cheshbainis we would make. The only thing is, the Torah tells us something that we have to study, because the Torah, Hashem wanted us to know that Avraham Avinu swore not to take anything.
That's why the second thing is separate from the first thing. I mean, for sure, he didn't.
The other thing says before Shloi Taimar Ani Asharti Es Avram. It says the reason.
That's getting that. That's not the fight. That's giving them back. That's already a difference. Meaning saving the light is one thing. Selling them.
Oh, Shlomo's asking on me.
No.
That would be. I want to say you're answering it, but I want to say the cash. Shlomo's asking on Kalish. If you're right that he didn't take the booty because I only fought for this, I'm not taking the shulis. I fought for Kinish Bachiv, nice pshat. So Shlomo says, so then pay me the same thing. Why does he say like Taimani Asharti Es Avram? Why like Taimani Asharti Es Avram? So I want to make a claim with that. This is what I want to say in pshat. It could be you're saying that. Melech Sadaim counters, you swore not to take anything. You wanted to make sure you were fighting for the right reasons. I'll give you money. You couldn't have known I was going to offer you money. So you don't have that taina. I'll give you money after. You fought l'shem shemaim, and it's clear you fought l'shem shemaim because you couldn't have known I would give you a tip. On that he says, that's the back and forth. I'm not taking any booty. I knew fighting a war, I'm going to get booty. That I don't want. I'm fighting Kinish Brachim. Mel Sadaim counts, let me pay you something. That people will still see you fought for your brother that you couldn't have known I was going to give you a tip. On that, it's v'lo taimani asharti es Avram. So that's what would come out. So it's not a cash on that, have the same reason. On that, you don't have the reason if I don't want to fight. You couldn't have known you were getting this.
Makes him a big man.
Nelson, quite a nice. He's just got his whole country back. And
Maybe you said that Avram would know that. Meaning the whole thing why Avram said it, and I'm not going to take it, even though he never offered. He said he would know he would offer it.
According to this, it's funny. You said why you assuming he's going to offer, but this will be the he didn't know, but it will be a logical taina back. If you want to make this taina back. If you want to, that could be Mel Sadaim said this. It could be, I hear what Shlomo's saying, it could be he said this. Because Mel Sadaim Taka said, let me give you a tip. So he might have said it, or Avraham Avinu said, I just want to save your breath.
He already offered Rechush Kachlach. He already offered, so it could be.
It doesn't sound like there was an exchange.
So it could be, he said, okay, not the Rechush, but maybe you're going to offer me, not the Rechush, but something like a Zat tip. He knew he was offering. Mel Sadaim is not as crazy. I mean, it's not like he thinks it was his, because it could be he knew that.
Could be Rechush Kachlach means let me give you, that's what I'll give you. Yeah. I know you're not going to want. That was the taina. That's brilliant. Joshi wants to say, we asked the kasher Rechush Kachlach, he doesn't need Rishus. So Joshi wants to taina, he knew Avram wouldn't want him to, he knew this shvua. So he says, Rechush Kachlach, I know you didn't plan to be kind, because I take it from me as a gift. So when Avram Avinu says Mechno Shalach, that was already the time he said Rechush Kachlach. That's what he's saying. Let me give you some of the Rechush. Baby, it's good pshat. Solid pshat. So Avram said, I swore I won't take the booty. And what you're giving me, I don't want you to say Ani Yashar Dis Avram. That would answer up Rechush Kachlach. Good Josh.
But it's not exchange.
Avi, hear this taina? I'm afraid to say this pshat I'm saying. We hear this pshat was saying in the Psukim? He said, Avram Avinu fought to save his brother. He swore not to take a penny. I used to sign once in a while, we lived down the block from the pizza shop. So once in a while, instead of shiur, I felt the oilam need some pizza. But I said, Daniel, you're going to decide many days how the chaver could use some pizza. You're hungry for pizza. So I said, Daniel, you're not getting pizza size. You're not getting a crumb. Now you decide pizza, it's just costing. You're not getting a pizza. Otherwise, the chaver needs it. So that's the shayla. It's something we would do. We would say, we're shy to say, I'm not taking. Now you're fighting, why? That's a zehu. Now, by the way, there's l'shem, there's also l'shem shemayim. It's a good zach. You're afraid to say Shipshat Chaim Zev?
Not afraid so much.
You don't want to shtup on Avram, but we have to study. The Torah is telling us something, so we have to learn. The Torah is teaching us. Hashem wanted me to know this for a reason that He refused to take. And maybe they're not clean money. They're such a zach.
Well, isn't it both? The first thing is that he didn't want, because he was fighting for something else. The second thing is when they offer the tip. I don't want your
Right. I'm just saying the pshat. Why didn't he want the booty, the spoils? I'm saying because I'm fighting for this.
I think it's both.
If we're right, I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. But I'm making Avram like us.
It's not because he wants clear money from Hashem. Like he wants money from Hashem, just doesn't want that person's money. No.
But that was Shloi Toimani Asharti Avram.
Not because he wants it from Hashem, just doesn't want it from him.
He wants it from Hashem. He wants it clear. Hashem gave me.
Why not Hashem was that? And he doesn't want his dirty money.
Oh, that could be. But Loi Toimani Asharti Avram is my cash on that. A little bit's a cash Shlomo on you that the spoils. Why does he need Shloi Toimani Asharti Avram? If the reason he wants the spoils is dirty money, so
because that's a separate sale. This is fair money.
Because you didn't learn because it was doing something. It's an achi. It's an achi.
Now that you're actually buying something off me,
Right. That's interesting. So he didn't like the circumstance of such money. It's not how I want to make money. You want to make money in a geshmaka, in a clean way. I don't want to make money that I fought a war, beat people up, but got their money in a tag. That's not how I want it.
Now it's like Avram gifted it to him when he said you could keep the spoils. Now all it's new money. Now it's not for him.
It's a good call. It's Avram Avinu's gift. He gave back the most kosher money in the world. Yes, it's good money. Now it was Avram's who gave it to him. It's doch good geld. It's very good, Chaim Zev. Chazal say he was punished and he didn't take the people. It's funny, the rechush not to take, he was right, Yosef. Not to take the money, he was right. That no Chazal criticized Avraham Avinu Fakir. It's a beautiful zach. Not taking the souls, he should have kept the souls. It always interests me what was Avram's cheshbon. For sure, we can learn from it. Even within Chazal saying there's a ched, Avraham Avinu is Mekayr of the world. There's like the best kiruv opportunity. You're the king of them, and you make tzedayim back to him. Meshuggah. Avraham Avinu wants people to be serving Hashem, and they're all your people now. You send them out of the yeshiva. Avraham, you bring everybody to yeshiva. You don't want a captive audience. I don't know. You didn't want captive like
Rebbe's.
It's a good call. It's a good call like you got. But the Eschal Gadol is from children. It's from children. Unless you're tiny, maybe not. Eschal Gadol, look what you became. Yeah. He was punished, that part. I wanted to share, but look inside now, because this is one of my favorite psukim in the whole Torah. Maybe one of my favorite, when we study the sugya of Avraham Avinu, this is like, when we want to think about Avram, Aviad, I need you to know this. This is Spitz Avram. Here you have somebody who turns down tens of millions, under a tata, we're not money people. He says, no. Whether it's not clean money, that's not why I fought for my brother. Whether it's, I wanted to be clear, it came from Hashem. Avraham Avinu turns down millions of dollars, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. He turns down. Beautiful, that's psukim in the Torah. He swears, Hashem not taking a penny. This Yosef may be one of my favorite psukim in the Torah, Aviad. Avraham Avinu fights a war with his chevra, with his yeshiva. They defeat 4 kings, and Avraham Avinu swears, I'm not taking a penny. Then he says, Biladai, but besides for me. Biladai, besides for me. He says to Melech Sedai, my money, I don't want a penny, but Biladai, the other people here, Rakash or Achlu Ana'arim, what my men already ate. They were eating spoils of war. They may have taken something already. And I had friends who fought with me. On their Eshkol and Mamre, they're getting their spoils of war. For me, I swear I'm not taking a penny. And my chelak, it's all back to you, Melch Sedaim. But what my Na'arim ate, Avram Avinu had people who fought with him. They may have eaten something and taken some grapes and taken some stuff already. That's theirs, what they took already. And my friends who fought, it's interesting, is Talmidim keep his chumras and don't take. But my friends, Chelak HaNashim, Avram Avinu had 3 friends on their Eshkol and Mamre. He says they're getting every dollar, every buck that's theirs goes to them. Chelak HaNashim asher holchu iti, the Chelak of the men who went from me, on their Eshkol and Mamre, Chelkom, they're getting every dollar. Aviyah, this is the story of the great ones. The story of the great ones is very, very present in others' needs and others' tzrachim. They might be in the Himmel, in the skies for their own needs, but they're very sensitive and aware what people need. They're not in the clouds. There's a yeshivish word called mufka. Mufka is a guy, I don't know from these things. For himself, he's mufka from Avinu. For himself, I don't take a penny. When it comes for the men who fought, excuse me, I want every dollar. You owe them this. Very aware, very present for the needs of others. Rabbi Yisrael Salanter, his Talmidim were big Prussian. His Talmidim were people who didn't have pleasure from this world. They really, him and his Talmidim, they were separated from the world. He once got upset at his Talmidim. They didn't know the fancy steakhouses in the city. He asked them, where can you get a good burger? Where can you get a good steak? They, we don't know. They looked at the Rebbe like he was nuts. He got upset. He said, you don't know how do you feed a guest? To geschmack a piece of meat. To know when it comes to the other person that you're present and very present to the needs. On your own self, you're Michael. You don't know from Seder. On his thing, Avram Avinu's hakpada, on my money for the war, I'm not taking a penny. I swear, Himmel dika, Shemayim dika cheshbainis. Heavenly cheshbainis, amazing cheshbainis. When it comes to their chelak, on their eshkol, heim yikhu chelkom, every buck. Very important to me. They fought a war. They're entitled. I'm not Michael on their gashmistic of things. I'm present. I'm there. There's a line from Rabbi Yisrael Salanter that Yenim's gashmis is your ruchnius. Somebody else's gashmis is your ruchnius. Somebody else's needs. Very present and normal. The great people were always very like this, very present and here, very shemayim dika cheshbainis for themselves, and yet very present. Other people need something geschmack, very present, comfortably present, not willing, not saying, well, not like asking people to be beyond this world. Somebody else's gashmis, Avram Avinu is right there. On their eshkol mamre hem yichul chelkom. Biladai, besides for me. For my own Zachen, for Avram Avinu Zachen, he's Shemayimdik. He has cheshbainis that are himmeldik, that are very heavenly, not to take a penny. When it comes to the men who fought to me, he says, excuse me, let's make the account there. I want them to, every penny. Hey, every penny they're entitled to, I want them to get. That's like a window into Avram Avinu. A person who lives on 2 planes, they have their own cheshbainis for themselves, and it might be very, very from a cheshbainis, but very, very present and practical and there for the needs of others. Rav Ezi said a ma'aseh that I want him to share over. It reminded me exactly of Avram Avinu. I like Rav Ezi said a ma'aseh last Friday night that blew me away. I'm going to ask Rav Ezi Shlita to say over the ma'aseh. It reminded me of this parsha. I was so moved by it. Even Yeshai, it's so kedai. Did you think of this? Did you zushtel to hear Biladai? Did you even say that?
No.
Does it remind you of this a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you say over the story?
No.
What? Listen to this story, Shleima.
Go sit here.
Zagir b'demaisa. Could you pass this to Rebezi? I want him to say. Josh, you pass this to Rebezi.
Oh, Rav Shlomo, the Rav David Moshe of Zilka.
Everyone, welcome to Yartzeit Yomi. David Moshe Goldman was his Villa Rebbe. He was in the Gulag. So, in the Gulag it was cold and it was bad. So one Friday night, can I sit down, please? One Friday night, the dude goes to David Moshe Goldman and he says, "You're free. Sign your name right here. Leil Shabbos Kaddish." He's been in the Gulag 7 years. I don't know the exact number, but he's been in the Gulag a long time. He's like, I can't sign. I'm sorry. It's the Sabbath. We don't write on the Sabbath. And the dude's like, dude, you'll go right back. This is a small opportunity, and you can't. I'm not guaranteeing that. I can't. I'm sorry. It's the Sabbath. I'm going to send you right back. Could be fine. And he so he got back whatever on the other line. There was another yid there who he said over it was a communist. Why said it was a communist? This one, and the yid also got this was the small window of opportunity. You're going to go tonight, Leil Shabbos. Now or never, sign your name. But the man was so moved by what he saw by Reb David Shlomo Goldman, by this villa. He said, "I'm not going to write." He wasn't from a dude. He said, "I'm not going to write on the Sabbath." David Moshe goes. He sees what's happening. Goes right there. He says, "I'll sign for him. I'll sign right now." Now the Rusky Devai Pashli bis today is jazz. Like what? Watching Chislibi, Saliotke, you were what? And he explained to me. He said, "No, I'm not. I'm not being disloyal to my principles. I'm not overlooking my principles. But when it comes to saving a life, this is an older gentleman whose life could be in danger. Should he spend more time? Should he have to go right back? He's an old, frail man. I'm young. I could live in the good. Now, I don't love it, but it's that I keep the Sabbath for. But the Sabbath is overrode. We override the Sabbath. And the man, what did I say? I said there's no atheist and the fox. So there's no anti-Semite next to the Jew. When you see it up close. So the man was like, he said, "I'm signing for both of you and get the heck out of here." How are you? Get out of here.
Amazing story. Inspiring. Isn't that a great story?
Yeah. Thank you.
His own self is not silent.
Oh, he is saying.
I'm attuned to your story. For my thing, I have Ashara. It's not Pekuach Nefesh. I'm not with a sign.
But I see another person. For you, this village said, "I'll sign in a second." On the other person was able to see a situation, and he said it's a suffix Pekuach Nefesh. You don't have to be a Vadai. Could be dangerous. On himself, he was convinced it's not dangerous for me. On the yid, it's possible. It's just a possibility. Pekuach Nefesh. He said, "I'll sign right now." So yeah, that's a Ben Avram. That's an Avram Avinu. His own Zachin is Hemeldik Zachin. For the other person, what do you mean? What do you mean? There's his shiur. There's his need. Very, very present to the other person. Very, very present to the other person. I have seen parents. A kid cries about something. The kid loses a ball game. So the kid's crying, you lose the ball game. People get so confused. Don't say anything to your kid. A parent gets confused because when you feel sad, there's a talk-back voice. If you lose the games, you feel sad. There's a healthy talk-back voice. It's only sports. It's not, and there's a healthy conversation. When your kid says it, if you say the from answer, he won't be from. There's a healthy process. Your job is to feel what he's feeling. He shucks, he's so upset. We've lost games. It's so upsetting. Get in there with him. By the way, if you get in with him, he'll feel, and the sad feeling brings you to good places. I promise he'll say all the front things you want him to say. A person's child breaks off a shidduch. You cry with them for a few days. They're crying. Their shidduch broke. You don't tell the kid, Gamzula Taiva, I wasn't sure, I liked her anyway. And you say the from things, you stop the process of your kid becoming from. Wow. You might have gotten there. Healthy, by the way, it's true with ourselves. It's true with ourselves. When we feel and we cry, something happens, you lose a game. If you bulldoze from things to yourself, a game doesn't matter, your whole life you'll care. Hashem made you that you really care, you're upset. So go on a walk, it's kishmak, and be very nice to yourself. It's so upsetting to lose. By the way, you get to the frummest places, you have a long conversation, you end up like really feeling it's not the most important, and you process and you get to cool places. Don't be from on the others' cheshbon. You stop them from being from, ironically. So the person says, shucks, I lost a big game. You cry with the person. Very upsetting. They lost a big game. Like, you can understand. You never lost. It's crazy. It's painful to lose a big game. You cry with the person. If you cry with your kid when he loses a big game, what will happen is they become from. Because they have the natural process. Hashem designed this, we care. Then the kid has a whole kind of natural. Cries, upset. Then he goes on a walk and he works it through. In the gym in Yeshiva, we just started leagues this week. It bothers me. Guys see friction. They don't see the incredible story. We have bad arguments in the gym. We're competitive. And when brothers play ball, there's arguments. You know how many beautiful stories we've had like crazy where guys spoke and became better friends. It's normal, a bunch of friends. We're playing. Could you imagine in a family, you're not supposed to have a league. Could you imagine in my family if I had like 5 teams and there was a league? Brothers, we're like brothers in a league. Yisrael Winter said, you can't have a league with a guy you brush your teeth next to him. There's too many other things here. And it's complicated to have a league with a bunch of family members. So in our league, it's normal. We have certain frictions and guys yell at the refs. I only feel badly, you don't see afterwards the mechila, the conversation. The guy said, here you refed. I've gotten incredible texts and calls, mamish, and we not just made up, we got much closer. People appreciate it. I can't believe I yelled at you. Here you ref a game, and I yelled at you, you do me a favor. And then you have conversations and recognitions, and from the getting angry brought to a lot of cool places. The guy's more makir toiv. He went through a process. It's normal. Shem designed us. We're passionate. The makeups after arguments in the gym are like kodesh. They're from the holiest things in the yeshiva. I only feel bad. A guy goes to the game. He's like afraid. We're an open book place. So he sees 2 guys. A guy wrote, one of the dorm counselors once wrote on the chat that here I run the league. I want to apologize. I yelled at the ref. I should understand more than anybody. And it's not appropriate. He wrote an apology. Unheard of. Unheard of. It's murder. It's not so easy to apologize in front of anybody, to call yourself. And he wrote on the chat for the whole yeshiva to see. He felt, he yelled at the guy publicly. I apologize privately. It's not fair. He wrote on the chat like Kodesh Kadashim. So normally guys don't see it. 2 guys get into a squabble. I don't say to apologize, always on the chat. So they see the problem, the solution. Some of the most beautiful things have happened. A guy feels, and then he works through. Now, as we get used to in life, we do things quicker, but we work through. You feel, you process what you feel, you talk to what you feel. There's the chasugya to learn, to study, to be present to. When we crush somebody's feelings and are not present to what they're feeling, we literally slug up the process that God wanted them to have. We mess up the whole process. Avraham Avinu is there, present. The people fought with me. They fought. He's like demanding their wages. You're a guy who's like swearing you won't touch a dime. You're like way above this, the physical. I don't want... For them, and sure, look, we sit down, he makes like complicated cheshbainis. They shouldn't mamish lose a penny. They shouldn't be a penny of loss. He's very present and there for their story, for their needs. Very, very present. So from this pasuk, if you're allowed to have a favorite pasuk, but amazing pasuk, a window into Avraham Avinu, into somebody with shamayim dika cheshbainis for themselves, but equally heavenly because they're very present to the physical needs and situations of people around them, incredibly present. I thought the Zviller story that Rav Ezi said over of a year for his own things, it's not Pekuach Nefesh, he paskins. For the enemy is very, very makel. Pekuach Nefesh is an older man. Please, where can I sign? Wants to sign on Shabbos for the other person. You can cheshbon, is it really Pekuach Nefesh? He's an older person, I'm not Mesupik. Now on himself, he could have made, maybe it's Pekuach Nefesh. On himself, he's doch very firm, not Pekuach Nefesh. I'm convinced I could survive, and I don't want to be in the gulag. It's not Pekuach Nefesh. For the other person, I'm very present to him. Older person. Where do I sign? The second, I'm signing. To live like that, to be present for the other person, and there, and trying to be present to the other person, that's Avram Avinu, and able to have the cheshbon of the other person, clear, and there, and people like struggle. This dvarim pshutim. A little kid as a toy breaks. A parent should be very with the kid. The toy broke. Rabbi Yisrael Salanter himself spoke very sharp. People say it's just a toy. I want to see when the parent whose car breaks as just a toy. It's a kid. It's a toy. It's a big zach. Someone's just a toy. It's a big zach. People are worried like the kid's going to be machshav toy. It's very good. He's machshav his toy and you're with him. His toy broke. He's screaming. Very. I'm not. People also worry you're going to raise like thin-skinned people. It's not true. You raise a normal person and a person feels. Hashem designed us. We feel his toy broke. Very hard. And you're present that his toy broke. Doesn't people get so scared? I'm going to raise a kid who everything's a big deal. No, you raise a kid who's honest and real. And Hashem designed us. A toy breaks. As this tutvei meveint. If it hurts, we cry. You cry with him. You lost a toy, and you feel with him. It's very upsetting to lose a toy. We've all lost things that are valuable to us. To be present to what he's saying. It's not. It's a big zach. I have after games with the team. We play games. After the games on a big loss, and Yuri and I have spoken about it, I don't like when somebody makes light. The team's very upset. You're like, I don't like, it's funny, we sing songs for the crowd. We lose a big playoff game. I'll wait till the team's away, then we'll sing. And the crowd is not so upset. They're upset, but not like the players. So we can sing and dance. We traveled far, we always want to dance. But I don't like doing it in front of the team. They just lost the big game. You wait. They're in the locker room. You say that they're feeling what they're feeling. What would you truck what they're feeling? Somebody's in a matziv, so you have to be present in the matziv with them. It's not a. We've had situations in yeshiva. I like after a situation's resolved. I like dancing. But if you dance, somebody's upset, and you just start dancing with them, that's mean, he's upset. Afterwards, we should all go back to the gym, the after. We have to spread the word, it's been resolved. I want guys to know at the beginning of the season that you'll see boys are boys, but guys are competitive, and there are always some bad calls from the ref. But I want you to know, I want the guys to know about all the conversations afterwards. Some of the most gorgeous things happen in yeshiva. In response, nach them, a person chaps, I shouldn't have yelled, the appreciation that comes out, the friendship, how would I even yell at you? You're such a good person. I want to play. I like when you come to the gym. What would I yell at you and make you feel? The conversations are pella. The conversations that come and develop afterwards. We've seen amazing stuff in the yeshiva. Maskim Shlomo. A guy told me on Shlomo and another guy told me that in my life, I've only seen raging in my life. He's seen anger that was completely bad. He said on 2 dorm councils, got upset, and he saw them talk it out. Like Bachar in the yeshiva told me. So I saw them talk, and he watched, work it out. He said it was like a life changer for me. I saw people can get upset, and it's not bad. The 2 guys upset, and they talked it out, and they looked like they were closer friends. He told me both names. He said it changed my life. He said I only was used to anger as rage and bad. Then anger is only leads to horrible things and explosions. He saw 2 people frustrated, and they talk it out and work it out, end up much closer. He said, the guy told me, I don't know how I would have gotten married, not seeing that. I want to think about that. I never seen like that. You could get angry and talk it out and work it out and each express and figure stuff out and get closer than ever before. He said it was very important. He said, I sensed that was a very important thing for me to see. Wow. I'm nice to get it to me. I saw. You say there. I should say. Yeah. Shkayach Shleim. We should do a song. So this was too geschmack. Do we have the guitar? Let's use the tzvis here also. Let's do something. Yehuda come. There's a specific song I want to do for you. Here's Yitzchak. We'll come join. Yitzchak, I want you to join. Yitzchak, right? I want him to do like Rav Malek. Musician. He's a big musician. You say it. You have his version? Yeah, sure. Good idea. Shleim is getting the guitar. If I had a speaker, I'd play it. Thank you for being here, Chaim Zev.
Thank you.
Days of sunshine.
Check this out.
That was amazing. Reminds me of the bounce thing. I'm just saying, bro.
I remember as he told the story, we owe him one.
I
have more stories.
Let's go, you.
Stunning, really. Stunning.
I want to welcome to Yeshiva, Chevra. I don't want to be just slid in. A new Bacher came to Yeshiva, but he has tremendous roots in Yeshiva. his family actually, his tata grew up in Waterbury. Amazingly, before there was any yeshiva here, his father lived here before the yeshiva ever came. The yeshiva came 24 years ago. His father lived in the city before, and his father was a childhood friend of mine. He was actually a counselor in Camp Heller, way before the new version of Heller. He's actually a counselor there, and this bacher, I'm talking about Shaya. So Shaya is Shui, thank you, Aaron. I'm talking about Shui. Shui's older brother, Avrami Pupko, learned in yeshiva, just got married. He's a fresh chassan, was very, very close to Reb Ezi Shlita. Avrami Pupko learned in the yeshiva years ago. He was like very special Ben Torah, positive. He's a Talmud Muvak of Rai Madlinger. Certain positivity and an energy and a chiyus, tremendous. And now we have Shua Pupko coming to yeshiva. So I want to welcome you to the yeshiva. Really, really happy. I usually welcome home. It has to be like a guy after a while. It feels like home. By you, it's mamish coming back to the roots. His grandfather still lives in the city a little bit. They travel, and always they travel. Your grandparents travel a lot. My mother and your grandmother were actually together in Stern College. That's also a little secret also, but good, really good to have Shua. So welcome to Yeshiva. Shua, happy to have you. I want to welcome as well. I want to be just slid in here. You heard Yitzchak Kaufman speak. We were Zayich Azriel. And Azriel learned in the yeshiva, a classy person, and now to have his brother, Starker Ben Torah, come to yeshiva. I want to welcome Yitzchak Kaufman to yeshiva, Kaufman to yeshiva. The yeshiva has a lot of Cleveland connections for years. My own mishpach, my wife, was born in Cleveland, but we have many Cleveland, and Noyam Paisim was from the latest, but all as real Kaufmans. Now we have another Clevelander. We're just happy to hear Yitzchak Kaufman. I want to welcome. I want to welcome as well formally. He's already hit a whole bunch of threes and leagues, but we didn't formally welcome Yosef. Normally, Yosef, it's important to me. We didn't gather the yeshiva yet, and I feel badly. I have my own things in my mind. I don't like this man just to start without a gathering. Beli Neder, hold me to it. When we come back after the off shops, I'm going to gather the whole yeshiva. We didn't do it yet. It's just been hectic and things. But I want to gather. I want to welcome Yosef. Yosef, tell me how to say the last name. Abrahami. I say Abrahami, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about Avram. We're talking about Avraham. Reb Yosef. Yosef, welcome to Yeshiva. Really, really thankful to have you. So I want to welcome Yosef to Yeshiva.
He deserves a mitzvah.
We'll do formal Yehuda. We'll gather Maskim Yehuda. We should gather the whole yeshiva. It shouldn't.
When?
I like the Zman started without like a formal gathering of the yeshiva. Beli Neder after the off, whether it's Sunday night or sometime Monday, we'll gather the whole yeshiva zusammen. We'll try to do that. Tomorrow, Rabbi said tomorrow I do one. We'll learn a little earlier. Mus will be earlier. It is an off Shabbos. The buses will leave around 5:30. I do want to gather. I want to learn Chumash. So we'll put out what time Mincha is. Then we're not done learning. We're not letting go of Lech Lecha so fast.
No way.
So we're going to learn more of Lech Lecha. Yeshikar Chabbos, have an excellent night.
Yo.
Guys, all the time. It's like funny. You can't call an unsuccessful person. He's fine. He's fine. He's saying his emotions are like, I see that. It's amazing. It's amazing. I had crazy telling me, like, he was like, nervous and kids. I told him the story like
Somebody cries fast.
Right.
I was here a couple of years.
Right.
Told me a story. I said you're bigger than Moshe. Moshe never went for the rock. I said, forget tears from me, you're bigger than Moshe. I just